Welcome back here to the Bib Lifestyle. Be your best body where we eat to heal. This is our week number 9, our week number 5 for Operation Sammy. And what I did is I went ahead and bought all the groceries from the list that you see here. This week for our fruits, we've got bananas, we have papayas, we have got some oranges, delicious apples, Gallia apples. We have a bunch of lemons. We've got some avocados. We have this great honeydew right here. And then we also have a pineapple that we're going to enjoy as well this week. For our vegetables, we have got some beets. We have got some fennel. And then we have some squash right here as well. Our leafy greens are going to be some kale, some Swiss chard, some dandelion leaf, some mustard greens, and I have some beet lettuce as well. Again, and also I have some yucca root right here as well. Now, there are only so many options that we can get each week. Certain things do come into season throughout the year, so as those change, we'll get some other foods. I have some tomatoes as well, some nice sweet cherry tomatoes. And you see what we have here. Our first step is unloading the grocery list. And then on the stove top over here, I've got a pot of water already boiling. I have another pot of vegetable broth already boiling as well. The beans that we're going to use this week, we are going to use the kidney bean, which I've got my mass jar of right here. I've already gone ahead and put the kidney beans in a nice measuring cup. And then, of course, our grain, we're going to go ahead and use some buckwheat. I think we may not use this already, but we're going to use some buckwheat for this week as well. All right, and I went ahead and poured that into the Pyrex to measure that out as well, because we need a certain amount of cups for each day of the week. And this is right here, 3 cups of the buckwheat. And when you cook that into full completion and it's all done, I'm going to have about 6 or 7 cups of cooked buckwheat, which will give me and Sammy enough buckwheat for the rest of the week to make sure we have at least a cup a day for our Bib Lifestyle. And the same thing with the beans. When you cook the beans, they're going to double in capacity as well. So I've got about 3 cups. Once it's cooked, it's going to go ahead and be 6 cups as well. So my next step here is I'm going to go to the sink. I'm going to fill up this container with some baking soda and water, and then we're going to start chopping up these leafy greens. We'll put what we don't use in the storage containers. In the meantime, that water's boiling on the stove. The vegetable broth is boiling. We're going to go ahead and add that stuff to there, get that cooking. We want to make sure that we do this all in a timely manner. This is the Bib Lifestyle. Be your best body where we eat to heal. Let's move on. Okay, so you see we've got everything placed out here as we started with before. Let's move on over to the stove here, and let's see the setup that we've got here. In this corner, I've got the pot already boiling for the beans. In this pot right here, I went ahead and boiled the vegetable broth, and I already added the grain inside there. I'll give it a few stirs. That's going to take about 25 minutes to cook, maybe 30. We'll keep an eye on that. I like to leave the lid off just a little bit so that it doesn't boil over. With the beans, you see that I have them sitting in this other pot right there. Well, what I like to do is I'll use my boiling pot here, my kettle, fill this up with hot water, right? And then I come over and I just will smother these beans, basically fill it up, cover them, and let those soak for a little bit. So usually I do this first before I start boiling that water. And what I'm doing there is a couple of things. For one, it's going to begin the cooking process of the bean. So as it's sitting there, it's soaking up that water and beginning the cooking process. But the important thing that I want to do here is I want to soak them in that hot water. I want to kill off all the pesticides and bacteria and the dirt that's just sitting on those beans. So I'll let that sit in there for at least 10 minutes, and then sometimes longer. Sometimes I let it sit in there for about 20 minutes, and then that actually helps when I strain that off and drop those beans into this hot water. 45 minutes, 43 to 45 minutes. They're going to cook to my perfection. These will be done. And this is the timely fashion, the manner of operation, the order of operation that I like to do when I'm prepping up my food. So as that stuff is going like that, I'm going to keep the grains at a low to medium heat. The water for the beans, I've got turned off, but it's still boiling. I want to let that soak for a minute. In the meantime, over here at the sink, I have this great OXO bowl right here. That's a good quality plastic that's not leaking toxins into the food. And what I've done is I've filled that up with some water, and I've added 2 tablespoons of baking soda, and I whisked that all together until the water's clear. And now I'm going to go ahead and start grabbing the leafy greens one by one, chopping them up, just adding them to the bowls. And what I don't use, because we're only taking half of each of the leafy greens, we're going to go ahead and just put the tall leafy greens inside one of these incredible Cambro containers. And I have a little bit of water in there, and that'll keep it watering, keep it crisp, keep it fresh until we chop it up later on in the week. So let's go over here and we'll grab some fennel, and we'll start with the fennel first. I got a nice big chunk of fennel. I'm going to just slice this thing right in half, right down the center, just like that. We'll go ahead and drop this in here, and I'll break that off and bend that a little bit later. And now I'm going to again, just slice this into a few pieces, just like that. And then we're going to just start dicing this up. And I'm going to make sure to use all of it, all the way down to the roots. Because we're slicing it up, small enough to where if it's something that you don't really like in flavor, the smaller you slice it, the less you taste it. We're just going to slide all that right in there. All right, let's go see what else we got over there. Let's go grab our kale. Right here, we've got this beautiful bundle of kale, and we can store that with the fennel. And again, I'm just going to split it in half. There's usually 6 leaves in each bundle, so we'll do 3 and 3. Put that inside there. See how that sits in there? And I just cut it in half. Hang on to that knife nice and tightly. This is the way I always hold a knife so I don't cut my fingers off, and it gives me a good grip. So we can just take like this, and I'll bend it around. And let me just show you right here. We'll just put the cap on this. And voila, we'll place that in the refrigerator once I'm all done, and we clean this mess up here. All right, next we'll grab the Swiss chard. That's what we've got here. And the same thing. The stores, they usually just put 3 and 3. So we'll take half of it, put that right in there. I like to just slice it down the middle, give a couple slices down the sides, and then we'll cut it in half and grab a big wad of it right there. Squeeze it all up together and start that slicing process. And I don't like to waste a thing, so we add all of that in there. All right, and what's next? Let's grab the dandelion leaf. Love that dandelion leaf. That's what we've got right here. And we'll just take half of that as well. You can see, we'll just look at it and split it in half there. Tuck the rest of it inside this container. Go through the same thing, just softly push the lid down. Place the cap on, and it has its own moisture growing, no air coming into it to oxidize it. It's going to stay fresh, it's going to stay crisp. When we pull it out on Wednesday to chop it up, it's still going to be crunchy, and it's still going to last until I consume it throughout the rest of the week. And we love the greens. The greens are so good for the body. That's what's going to help keep that blood nice and clean. You want them veins, that blood to be nice and smooth, especially everybody that got the mosquito bite. You know your blood is getting clogged up. We need to clean that blood out the best that we can. Now right here we've got some turnips. When's the last time you've turned it up? We got some turnips. We're going to go ahead and do the same thing. Take half of them, put them in there. Let's just cut this thing right in half. Look at those big green veiny. I mean, look at those. What else is that supposed to do for you, right? It says it right there in the leaf. It can only say so much. Well, really, it can't say anything, but it can show you. Show you what he's talking about. Show you what he wants to do for you. Wow, these just look so fresh and delicious. And we'll just scoop that in there. And let's just show you what the bowl's starting to look like. It's starting to fill up. We're going to push everything down there, get it soaking. We still have, what else are we going to put in here, you know? Let's go ahead and grab that squash. I think we're going to use the squash, a little bit of the yucca root. And we'll bring over one of these beets and we'll use some of this beet lettuce as well. Yeah, we'll just take this one. We'll add this beet in there as well. We'll just cut that. Beets are really good for the blood as well. Great way to cleanse the liver. Beet juice, which you'll see. We're going to put together some of that later on as well. We got this squash. Just cut that in fours. Slice it away. We'll grab some of this yucca root. We're going to take half of it. Drop that right down in there. And this, we're going to have to make sure we slice it into a bunch of thin pieces because it's a bit of a tough texture. You know, but we don't really want to taste it. Might be a little crunchy. So we'll just get that nice, good, thin, small cuts, just like that. Slide that in there, and the same thing with this incredible beets. I mean, look at that thing. Look at the texture. Just an incredible piece of nutrients right here. Gotta hold on to that knife, especially when cutting tough cruciferous vegetables like the beet. That blade can slip right down the side of the beet. Take a knuckle right off. Slide all that in there. Just give it a little chip chop. All right, so you saw how easy that was right there. Now, we've got everything in here. We're just gonna let that soak for at least 15 to 20 minutes. And when you see the water at the end, you'll see all the dirt and filth that come off of that and the pesticides that'll be on there. Even though I buy it organic, I still want to wash it and soak it in baking soda, you know, and when I buy it, I want to make sure I get it with the dirt still on it. So I can hear my grains are already cooking. Just in that short amount of time, you can see what's happened to these grains. They have already soaked up a lot of that water, cooking really well. What I'm going to do next, we're going to put that lid on there. Let's go ahead and what I've got to do is I've got to get those beans in that pot. So they've been soaking for at least a good 5 minutes now. The whole time we chop that up, we're just going to drain that. You can see all that water, that filthy, you know, of course, that's from the color of the beans as well. So that just started the cooking process. They're a little bit soft. It killed off the bacteria, killed off the pesticides. We're gonna just bring this right over here, and all I've got in here is water. You know, you can add some salt if you want, you can add some oil if you like, but I just am gonna use the water. I'm gonna cook these beans, and I'm not gonna cook them to where they're too soft. I wanna keep a little bit of a crunch to them because they're gonna be in the refrigerator for a week, and if you cook them too soft, by the 5th day or 6th day, you may not want to finish them. They may have gotten too squishy for you. So I like a little bit of texture. Lets me know there's still some good fiber in there, but they are cooked. So grain's almost done. We're going to make sure that's on a low heat. The beans, I'm going to turn that up a little bit for a low to medium heat. Then I'll set a timer. That's going to take about 43 minutes for those beans to be done. The grains, they're going to be done in the next 3 to 5 minutes. I'm going to go ahead and clean this mess up, get another cutting board ready. Then we're going to pull these fruits over and we're going to start chopping them up and put together our fruit bowls while this is still soaking because it has to go for at least 15 more minutes. And yeah, this is the operation, the order of operation for the Bib lifestyle to get everything done in a timely manner. And this is how we do it, guys. You're here with I Run Backwards. Be your best body, eat to heal. Let's move on. Okay, guys, look at all these beautiful colors that we have here. Doesn't this pineapple just look incredibly delicious? So fresh and ripe. This papaya, I mean, look at that star shape inside there. All of them seeds packed with nutrients. These are gray hair reversing seeds. These are hair strengthening seeds. These are parasite removal seeds. That is just a few things that this papaya will help do for you. All right, so let's go ahead and start cutting everything up. So today is Sunday night prep. You know that. I've got 2 bowls for Sammy for Monday and Tuesday, fruit bowls, and then I'm going to put together 2 bowls for me as well because I live this lifestyle regularly. We're going to just chop the end of that pineapple off. I like to use this little container right here. On my cheat days, I love Thai food. They always give the little plastic containers. I save these, put the scraps in here, put them in the freezer, let them freeze up till it's time to throw them away. And voila, that saves you from bugs flying around. That saves you from, they rot really fast. The smell going into your garbage. Now, I know there are things that you can do with the pineapple skin as well and other skins, but a lot of times you don't really get, I'd love to get as organic as possible. Sometimes I don't see it where I want to get it, when I want to get it. So I just scrape off that skin and throw it away. Certain things I do make sure I get organic. Any types of berries, strawberries, blueberries, raspberries. You want to make sure that you definitely get organic. So this would be enough pineapple to slice up for all 4 of these incredible fruit bowls that we're going to put together right here. And again, we do the same thing. Just cut it up, thin little pieces. Turn it around, cut it the other way. We just slide these right back in here to make that cutting go a little easier. Go right over here, the same thing. And I like to make sure that see, I can feel that, gotta be careful. The seed, the center root of the pineapple there, when you're close to the edge, it's a little tough, so the blade doesn't want to always go through it as easy. So that's why everything started sliding away on me. That's what we have to be very cautious about so we don't cut ourselves while we're doing this. All right, so there we go. That's all chopped up. I'm just going to give a nice little spoonful to each bowl. But as I was saying before, that is, you want to do the dense fruits, the hard, dense, heavier fruits sit at the bottom of the bowl so that it's not putting the weight on the softer fruits to squish them where you don't want to enjoy them the following day or the day after. And we don't ever want to prep our fruit bowls for more than 2 days. You can prep on Wednesday morning for your Wednesday bowl, your Thursday bowl, and your Friday, but you don't want to prep Wednesday for Thursday, Friday, Saturday. You just, that day, the day of, and no more than 2 days out of it. We'll go ahead and just slice these down. I got a nice little routine going. So as I'm doing this right now, them beans are still cooking on the stove. The grains, they have finished, but I still have them in the pot, kind of cooling down and soaking up some more of that moisture. We've got the salad bowl just behind me, soaking in the sink. I think that that container holds 28 cups of chopped greens. So we got that soaking. And this is what we want to do. We want to, utilize our time during this process. And then it saves you, when you eat healthy like this, it saves you so much money. Saves you money on your health in the long run. Saves you money on trying to figure out where you want to go eat the day of. And just eating healthy in general is much cheaper than buying other foods. I spend about $75 a week for the full week's worth of food. And that gives me that'll give me at least 6 days, if not 7 days, of fruit bowls and salads. And inside the book, again, you'll see the mathematical equation that I have, which explains how large your fruit bowl should be. So for Sammy and I'm 165 pounds. So I'm trying to eat at least a 4.5 cup bowl of fruit daily. Sammy, he's lost 15 pounds now, so he's down to he was at 189, so he's down into the low 170s. So he's going to eat at least a 4.5 to 5 cup bowl of fruit as well. And we need that volume with the fruit, as I've said before, is because all that fiber, all this delicious fiber, is going to help push all that waste out of the intestines. It's going to scrape the intestine walls and pull out all that built up waste. This container's starting to add up fast. I do have a lot of scraps when putting together 4 individual bowls. Now for this one, I just come across the top here and just start slicing just like that. Maybe hold my hand over here and be a little cautious as we slide that blade closer to the palm. All right, and I'll just split this in 2, and we'll do the same thing we did with that pineapple. Nice thin slices. It cuts very smoothly when it's nice and ripe, as you can see. Let's start on this side. Switch that blade around. All right. Doesn't that look delicious? And we're going to just keep all those seeds. Whatever I scoop up per bowl, we're just going to leave those seeds inside there. And you want to make sure that in these bowls you have at least 3 different types of melon. So that's what we've already put. The pineapple is a melon, the mango is a melon, and the papaya is a melon, and the honeydew that we put in there is a melon. So these bowls are adding up fast. I'm going to go ahead and chop this apple for one of them, and we'll make sure that we eat this one with the apple first thing tomorrow, because the apples will only stay fresh in there for just 1 day. Otherwise, if it's sitting there for 2 days, they're going to be brown. And most people do not like to eat a brown apple. And you have to pay attention when you're purchasing your fruits as well, that we're not buying everything ripe, because you're not going to eat everything the first day. So you want to make sure that a few of the pieces are ripe. If you're buying 3 or 4 oranges, if you're buying 3 or 4 apples, or so on with your mangoes and stuff like that, you want to just get one that's ready for that day and the next day, and then another one that you know that it's going to be sitting there for a day or two. So pay attention to all that stuff. Start to feel your fruit. Same thing with this banana. It's only going to be like just like the apple. It's only going to be good for the one day. Now this one wasn't too ripe. I should have waited for this banana, but it's too late now. You want to release the nutrients, the yellow, you want them to be brown. You want to release those nutrients into the actual banana itself. It does release more sugar, but it's a good sugar for the body. Fruit is a great sugar for the body. So we'll go ahead and slice this one up. So I see that fruit bowl's already has enough fruit inside of it. These other ones, we'll add a little bit more. We've got a banana to that one. We're going to just take this orange. And now with these oranges, ow, that hurt. With these oranges, I like to save the skin. I take some vinegar, put it in a little deli cup, and I add the skins, just like this. And you soak that in vinegar for about 2 weeks, and those oils are going to release into that vinegar, and you're going to have an incredible cleaning, neutralizing agent that you can clean off your countertops. You can clean off your wood countertops, your any type of countertops, your cabinet, your stove. It's going to make your place smell fresh, and it's a natural cleaner. So that's just vinegar and orange rinds. You get that orange oil. Such a powerful component there. So we've got the oranges. We'll just give a little slice there to each one of these. And you see how simple this is, guys. And then once you have everything together, what I like to do is usually every morning I wake up and I prep my fruit bowl first thing in the morning. So it's nice and as fresh as it can be. All right? I think this will be the last one that we're going to need here. We'll add this to a few of those, and then those 4 bowls will be set. We just grate this. That way we get the most out of our mango. Have you ever had a papaya salad? A sum tum salad. Delicious. Go to your local Thai joint. Get yourself a sum tum salad. It's green papaya with some peanut sauce and a few other ingredients. Delicious. Get it medium spicy. You won't be disappointed. Very healthy for you. So many antioxidants, so many nutrients. All right, so that's all cleaned up right there. Let's toss the rest of these on here. And like I say, if you've got some nature running around your yard, just toss all that scrap, those fruit skins and peels, toss them out to Mother Nature. The earth will love you. Your little rabbits in the neighborhood will love you. Hell, the mice are going to love you too. This mango, we just follow that seed. Make sure your knife is nice and sharp. Guide it along the edge of that seed. We're trying to make sure we get everything off this that we can. You got to hold it in certain ways. That's a little too much. We'll come back and be like a rabbit and chew the rest of that scraps off there later. Let's go ahead and just cut these. All right. I can smell the beans. I can smell the grains. They smell delicious. All right, let's just scoop the rest of this into these bowls. Love a little mango. Love a lot of mango. Whole lot of mango. Check it out. What did that take me? 10 minutes. I've got 4 incredible fruit bowls packed with vitamin C, packed with nutrients, packed with collagen, packed with fiber, all the good stuff for the body, all the good stuff for the skin. This is the Bib Lifestyle. I am going to clean this mess up. We're going to go over there and we're going to strain that salad out. We're going to put together the salad bowls, check on the beans to see how they're looking. We're going to take the grains. We're going to put those in our other storage Cambro containers. We will be right back. You guys stay tuned. It's exciting. It's alive. This is the Bib Lifestyle. Be your best body. Eat to heal. All right, I hope you're having as good of a time as I am. We went ahead and we cooked our beans, which we have right here. So I've got about 9.5 cups of cooked bean out of what you saw me cooking earlier, the pinto beans. We've got our grain all finished up, 3 separate containers of it. I like to use these 1L containers and, kind of separate them in different containers so that all the weight of the grain and all the weight of the bean isn't sitting on it to squish it and make it go bad faster. So I use a few different containers for each ones of those. And then the salad, it was all soaking and we rinsed it. You should have seen the water there. Next time I'll show you. We rinsed that. It soaked for at least 20 minutes. We're going to go ahead and put these salad bowls together. So the beans and the grains are still kind of warm, so we're not going to add that to the actual salad bowl container, okay? We're going to put it in a separate container. As you previously saw, Sammy likes, he does like it at the bottom of his salad, his grains and his beans, but this week it's going to have to be a little different. He's going to have to put them on top. So I'm going to use this one, just set it right there. I'll scoop out 2 cups of this right here, drop that in there, and I should have just left it in that container because I can judge enough. I've been doing this long enough. We actually need a little bit more. So we've got a little over 2.25 cups of grain right there. We're going to do the same thing. We're going to do the same thing with the bean. For his weight, he needs at least 1.25 cups of the beans. So we'll just do it like that. Throw a few extras in there. All right, so that's going to be his beans and his grains. And then we have these fantastic lids. Oh, piece of lettuce got in there. Let's pull that out. Cap that right up. And now for these salad bowls, I'm just going to take a handful or 2 and toss that right inside there because he needs at least 6.5 cups of the leafy green and vegetable mix. Cruciferous vegetables. Can you try saying that 3 times real fast? Cruciferous, cruciferous, cruciferous. But faster than that. Don't these look delicious? And that's how we do it, guys. This is the Bib Lifestyle. Be your best body where we eat to heal. We got this lid right back on there in the refrigerator. This lid right here. Let's cap these off. Let's show you what it looks like when it's all ready to go. Taste those fresh greens. Right there. All right, so let's separate this. This is what's going to go with that. All this is going to go back in the refrigerator right here. Let's go ahead and grab the other fruit bowls for Monday and Tuesday. Right there. We've got the rest of our leafy greens in the incredible Cambro containers. All this is going to go right back in the refrigerator. Any regular size refrigerator can hold all this in there as long as you don't have it packed up with other garbage and wasteful food. This is the Bib Lifestyle. we'll come back with Sammy. We're going to have the beet juice. We're going to have the trail mix this week. We're going to talk to Sammy. We're going to see how he's feeling, see how he's looking, see what he's thinking, and share with you all that information. We'll be right back. More vibrant colors here with the Bib lifestyle. We've got beets that have been soaking in the baking soda and the water to kill off the pesticides. I've been soaking the ginger with that as well. And these are all organic, and the lemons as well, but I still soak them. Double the pleasure, double the fun. Okay, so this is what we're going to mix together this week in the beet juice, as you see right here. Now, why do I have them on this plate? So this is one of my plates that I don't really care about, but when you cut beets, they can stain. And I don't want them to get into my wood and stain my wood, and even on my cutting board. They're very pungent with their taste, they're very pungent with their color, and they will stain things. So I don't care if this plate gets stained. I'm just gonna go ahead and start slicing this stuff up. Inside the blender, I've already added about 5 cups of water. Now I'm going to drop the lemon peel and all inside that blender because there is so much nutritional value in this peel as well. There's nutrients, there's minerals, there's vitamins, there's oils, there's fats. It's all good for you. The skin sometimes has more value than the meat on the inside itself. So we've got 2 lemons. We're going to throw this big chunk of garlic right here. Oh, this is going to be a great concoction. Sammy is going to be, I'm not even going to tell him about this one. He's just going to be like, wow, what is that? And I threw the lemon to, cover up the ginger, because the ginger, I threw a lot of ginger in there. It's going to be very strong. These beets, these ones are small beets. I like personally buying these smaller beets because that's just how beets are. They shouldn't be as big. They're a small root vegetable. And they make me feel like they're more organic when they're smaller compared to the extra large ones. Kind of like the bananas as well. All right, so we're going to just drop all that in there. And these beets, they're just incredible looking things. And, here we are reaping the benefits inside of our bodies from consuming these things regularly. And inside my book, you'll be able to read about all those health benefits for each and every one of these items, what they're going to do for your body on a daily basis as you're consuming them regularly. So here we go. We're going to just pick this up. I'll turn it up really high and just listen for it to get nice and smooth. Operator. Operator. Take it higher. Yes, man. Like I say, it's like shaking a cocktail. You're listening to that ice. Blend it up in here. It's nice and smooth. It's whipping up. And that is it. That's all we need right there. Got to be careful with this lid as well, and we can just start filling these up, but not all the way. I was going to use this to put all the beets in and dump it in the blender, but that wasn't necessary. Now I'm not going to fill them up. I'm going to start off about halfway at first, till I see what I've got for all 5 of these. And then we will just use the rest of it to line them all up to the same amount. And then what he'll do is add a little bit of water to each one right before drinking it to top off the jar. Shake it up, take it down. This is some of the best pre-energy workout you can put inside your body. For one, it's going to be the healthiest, and it's going to be the most effective because it's all natural. We just go ahead and cap these up, guys. We've got one for each day of the week, Monday through Friday, with our fruit bowls, with our dinner salad bowls. Next, I'm going to go ahead and break out the handy dandy snack rack, and we're going to put together some jars of some trail mix that Sammy's going to take with him this week. And then we're also going to put together some jars of some root powders, which are going to be another energy hormone balance boost for him as well. So we got 5 of these. It's that simple, folks. This is the Bib Lifestyle. Be your best body where we eat to heal. I'm here for you, showing you how easy this lifestyle is, showing you how effective it is. I can't wait for you guys to see Sammy after week number 8. We're halfway through. He's already lost an incredible amount of weight. He's looking better. He's feeling better. He's thinking and moving faster, because this is the Be Your Best Body lifestyle. We'll be right back. I love my time in the kitchen. Here we are putting together the trail mix from the handy dandy snack rack, which you see right behind me here. Now I've got my grains up on top. I've got my dried fruits here, the raw nuts. Then I have my seeds, and it moves down to more of the seeds and oats and whatever couldn't fit on these shelves for the grains and the beans and all that. Right now we're going to go ahead and just put together a small jar of trail mix that he's going to be able to enjoy if he gets a little hungrier throughout the day. I didn't start him off with that at first because I wanted to just give him the fruit bowls and the salads to have him get used to consuming those bowls, the amount of food that they are, and have that start to work on his intestines and clean his gut out. I didn't want to cram him with too much nutrition because a lot of it would get wasted. When you're so clogged up and you're not, having 2 to 3 bowel movements in the morning, that lets me know and lets you know that you're clogged up, which means when you do eat good, healthy food, the body is not going to be taking in the nutritional value from it. You have to clean the intestines out first, rid them from a lot of the buildup and waste before, and clean them out and help heal the liver a bit more before you want to start adding more and more nutrients. So then the body can then begin to absorb those nutrients. And that's what we're doing each week. We're adding a little bit more. We're changing it up to get him healthier, to get him leaner, to get him stronger, to help to build a new version of himself, because that's what we're doing here with the Bib Lifestyle. Our cells are dying off on a daily basis. When you eat this way, you're putting the chemicals, the nutrients inside the body to help build back strong cells, healthy cells, to literally give you a brand new you. How does that sound? Doesn't everybody want to be a little bit better, a little bit healthier, a little bit newer version of thyself? This is how we do it. Let's go ahead and just start grabbing some things. So right here, I'm going to grab the Brazil nuts. We're going to make a variety in each one of these jars so that he's getting different fats, different proteins, different oils. So I'll just use my 1 tablespoon, just drop a few of these in there and a few of those in there. That's that. We'll put the Brazil nuts, we'll set them to the side. We'll go ahead and grab some almonds. And we don't necessarily have to fill this whole jar up. I'd say that there's at least 1.5 cups in that jar, but we're going to pretty much put about 1 cup of the mixed fruits, dried fruits and nuts in there. We'll come on over to the pecans. I love my pecans. I think pecans are one of my favorite, especially the pecan pie. So we'll put a spoonful of those in there as well. Then we'll just add a few pecans with this Brazil nut right here. And there's no right or wrong flavor. You just mix them up. You add some dried fruits in there as well. Then we'll go grab some pistachios. Now, pistachios are great if you have a hard time sleeping at night. Pistachios have a natural melatonin in them. So you can eat a handful of pistachios at the end of the night before bed, and that'll help induce a deeper sleep. All right, and then we'll pull off the hazelnut right here. And we'll make sure to have at least 2 different styles of nuts in each one of these. There we go. So I think that'll be good for the nuts right there. This is going to allow him to get some extra protein. As I said, some extra fats, oils, some great dates right here. We'll drop in about 3 or 4 of these into that jar right there. We'll throw a few of them in this one right here. And each week we'll switch these up. The objective with the Bib Lifestyle is, as you buy your weekly grocery list, you want to go ahead and purchase different items each week. So eventually, throughout the course of 6 to 8 months, as you've worked yourself through the book, you've put every nutrient available to you here in the United States almost inside your body. You've made yourself that much healthier. So we'll drop some raisins in that one. Put some raisins in this one as well. We just need a few more items and we'll be good with the trail mix. And it's this easy, guys. So each week when you go grocery shopping, you'll get that list from my book, the Be Your Best Body Lifestyle, How I Found the Bib Lifestyle. You're going to buy a few of these each week, a few nuts, a few seeds, and you want to get quantity and start saving your jars. This all started with me. It all started with small jars from things that I purchased. And I progressed on to larger and larger and larger jars. And here I am, all from foods that I ate. These ones are actually from the bar that I work at, going through the olives that we finish. Here we are with the olive jars. These other ones of this size, I've got about 50 of these from all the artichokes I've been eating for the last 6 to 8 years. I save every one. This is all artichoke jars that I've consumed over those years. I didn't just buy these. I have been saving and building and learning this lifestyle, and now I'm sharing it all with you. We'll drop a few in there, and that is it, my friends. That's how we do it here with our handy dandy snack rack. We just grab a variety. We don't even have to look at the jar. We can just grab any jar, throw a little bit of this and a little bit of that. We'll cap these up. And he's got one of these for each day of the week now as well. You're seeing it all here on the Bib Lifestyle, guys. I'm showing you, it's that easy. It's the most effective way to eat, to get healthy, heal your body, and build muscle. The most effective, the healthiest, and the purest. We're going to go ahead and put this away. Now, we're going to move on to some teas. We're going to take these root powders. We're going to put some jars of those together. That way we're not going to add the water yet, because with those, they need to be heat activated. We'll make sure we do those in the morning time with the hot water. But we're going to go ahead and just keep on with this prep and get 5 of those put together as well. We'll see you back here shortly. Okay, so what I have here is another energy-packed power punch of a cocktail mix. It's going to be these roots, these powders that are dried out, ground up, and we're going to go ahead and add a little bit of each one of these to the jar. Now, each one of these have its own suggested serving, so when you buy them, you get a little spoon with it, and it tells you how much you're supposed to put in each one. And we don't really need to take these every day, but every couple days is good. So I'm going to make 5 of these. We're going to use all the same one for this week. Next week, we'll use some different roots. So this first one that I have here is going to be some yohimbe bark, okay? And again, I can't name all the nutritional information from this off the top of my head at the moment, but inside the Be Your Best Body Lifestyle book, you are going to learn it all. And we're going to just use this little wooden spoon that it came with. Give a nice little bit amount, a little spoonful right there into these. Now, these in the morning, you're only going to add your hot water to it on the morning of, because they have to be heat activated. Okay, now this one is Tungut Ali, And it came with this incredible wooden spoon right here, so you get a little bit of a bigger serving. Now these are all going to help to balance out your hormones as well. Help build your testosterone in the men and help give you better, stronger muscles, muscle growth. And the most important thing that we're trying to do here, folks, is prevent ourselves from illnesses. That's what we're trying. I know this one gets a little spoon of this as well. It's actually a little bit bigger, so I'm gonna put a little bit more to this particular spoon. And then this one that we have here, what do we have up in this jar? I forget. This is the maca root, which I'm sure you've all heard of. Then we're going to come on over to the white willow bark. This gets a nice rounded off spoonful. Oh, I think that I missed that. I used the wrong end. That's all right. Now guys, tell me, when have you ever put this much nutrition inside your body at all? I'm giving him more nutrition in one day than most people get in a year. You understand that? It's all about nutrients, folks. Now this one, the Fedosia agrestis, it gets a very small serving right there. And I think I've got about 12 or 13 different types of roots that I take pretty regularly. And the last one is the red fotai, Hishu Wu. Wish you knew. I wish you knew about the Hishu Wu. Now you're going to know with the Bib Lifestyle. Guys, if you make one of these at home and you drink it in the morning, it's just like that beet juice. It is going to give you energy, get your metabolism going, get your mental process, your mental state going, make you feel alive, make you feel hungry for life. This is the Bib Lifestyle, giving you back life. We just cap these back up like so. As I told you before, all these jars that you see here, right, of this size, were artichokes, all filled with artichokes. All the salads that I've been eating have been covered with all these artichokes. How many salads has that been? A lot. Let's cap these up. One right there. You see, it's just a little bit of roots in each one. Now that Sammy's progressed on to his 5th week, and all the weight that he's already lost, he's getting healthier. I now want to start giving him more nutrients, getting him even healthier, so that you guys can see his results at the end of 8 weeks, and hopefully you can begin to reap the results as well. This is the Bib Lifestyle. Be your best body. We still got to pull Sammy out here, show him all this deliciousness. He's going to be surprised. He's on his way over here soon. Stay tuned. The Bib Lifestyle. Be your best body. All right, look at all this put together. We have got 2 full days of delicious fruit bowls and salads with the full 5 days of dried fruits, trail mix, the beet juice, and the root powders. So, let's bring Sammy on, show him what I've been working on, and see what he thinks about this.
Guess
Sammy?
All right. I see we got some power here. All right. You gotta tell me about this concoction right over here. I want to know what it is.
All right, so what I've got
do
in
I
this
take
jar.
it? What is it?
Well, this I'm going to want you to now start taking right after we finish working out. Because I know you're not immediately eating your fruit bowl upon your finishing your exercise. You wait a few hours, which is what I had requested for him to do. I want the body to eat off some of the fat that's built up on him, because as long as we're carrying fat, our bodies have got something to eat on. So we are exercising in the morning, and he's waiting a few hours to eat on his first fruit bowl. So right after we get done with exercising, I'm going to want him to drink this because the body's going to be hungry and it's going to absorb these nutrients and take these in, and it's going to go straight to the muscles where I want it to go.
Drink
and
it with what?
This you're going to just what you're going to do is you're going to boil some water just on the morning of, and you're going to add about. Maybe fill this up halfway with some hot water. And then once you fill it up, just then take a spoon, a metal spoon, and just stir it for a minute.
Like a tea.
And to break everything up. And then hopefully it's cooled by then. And then just take it all down in a shot, a shooter.
Why
Boom,
does it
done.
taste bad?
It may or may not to your taste buds and your liking. That's going to be up to you to find out. But you're only going to put the water in there on the morning of for these. So that is going to come after the workout, okay?
How many
You're
roots
still
you in?
inside that one. I believe I put about 6 different roots, if I think correctly. I believe so. You're still going to wake up and have your beet juice first thing.
I
with
can't
the
take
water?
it with the beet juice?
No, I don't want you to do that because I want the body to be able to absorb more of less ingredients at a time. And different things. I want your body to get the energy from this beet juice, and I've added inside this particular beet juice this week, I've added some full lemon with peel and all, and a nice big chunk of ginger.
All right.
I just ground it all up together.
Flavor.
And man, let me tell you, it probably smells. It smells great. It's very nice and balanced. You know, it's going to be great for you. So you have been drinking those lately.
Yes.
What can you tell me about that?
You know, try to chug it down as fast as possible. I don't really try to think about it. Definitely like it with the lemon. I have to have some lemon juice in there or something. You put mint in it. It's a little bit lighter. I have a very my taste buds. I love sweets and stuff. So my palate isn't really a beet juice palate type of person. But when you put some lemon juice or anything else, it's right down. I try not to think about it.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice. Yeah, so still going to drink that first thing
I'm
in the
gonna drink
morning. We got the lemon and ginger in there. We're going to go hit the gym. We're going to get our exercise on. And then we are going to drink this tea right after that. A few hours after that, he's going to then come to his delicious fruit bowl right here. Now, if he wants, I'm also giving him a jar of trail mix as well, which you saw us put together earlier. He can add this trail mix right to the fruit bowl and eat that together, or he can save this for a snack between these meals or after his final large meal of the day. So next after the workout is a tea, then the fruit bowl here, which you see, we got a good 4.5, 5 cups of fruit bowl sitting there. Sammy, anything do you have to say about those? Have you been
weighing like the trail mix and stuff like that? Is there like a certain amount or?
Yes. I'm giving you 1 cup, pretty much 1 cup of trail mix to snack on per day. Yes. Okay. Because we're trying to take off some weight. You know, if we wanted to go higher, we would add some more trail mix because they do have good fats and good oils and good proteins that will help you gain the extra pounds, but you have to consume a lot of them, and it has to be consumed regularly. That's the biggest and most important part about any lifestyle change is you have to consume that lifestyle change regularly in order to see and maintain the results.
Yeah. I'm digging the fruit bowls and the salads. I'm munching on. It's really big. Did you put in a beet in here?
Of course, yes, I did. You know, that's one I accidentally didn't chop up.
I see. I'm like going out here. I'm like, what is that?
Well, it's great.
Right.
You know that is great for you because as you're chewing on these cruciferous vegetables and these grains and these nuts and these seeds, they're helping to make your jaw stronger. They're helping to strengthen your teeth. They're helping to keep the look of the jaw in your human DNA because the less and less people chew, the less and less the jaw is needed, and that is actually a problem happening to the human body this day and age.
The celery is like not a normal thing every time. Like sometimes I'm just like on the computer and I'm like, and I'm not looking at what I'm scooping up,
Mm-hmm.
and then I'm just like, what is that? And I'm trying to figure out what flavors are in my mouth, and the celery is
Well,
one that I've never really used to having in a salad.
yeah.
Yeah.
It's good diuretic.
It
It's
is
sucking the
great, yeah.
water right out of your body.
Sure has.
So inside this container, we've got your beans. I think I did a barley again. And then we have some pinto beans.
Love the bar.
It was hot, so I had to put it, whoa. The beans and grains were hot, so I didn't want to put them on the salad. So I wanted to let those cool.
I'll do it.
First, you can mix them. Beets are really dry. They take a lot of moisture out of your mouth, so it wasn't a good idea to start chewing on a beetroot while I'm doing this. So, add those to that. You have your fruit bowls, your trail mixes here. Like I said, you're going to have a snack if you want. In between the meals, definitely after your first fruit bowl, you can add it to the fruit bowl or eat it after the fruit bowl or after your salad dinner bowl. This is the Bib lifestyle. Sammy is our testimonial to show you. I'm already feeling and living the effects. It's just tough to get somebody to change their life in a positive way, like health.
You gotta want it,
You gotta want it.
and it's working.
And it's working fantastic. You'll see the incredible results here in the next couple weeks. Thank you guys for staying tuned. Hit that like button, because you're here with I Run Backwards in the Bib lifestyle, giving you the healthy tips on life. It's the best way.
Live it up. Sammy's transformation, baby. Woo!